Hello and welcome to Algebra 1 Honors, Lesson 8-5, Determining an Equation of a Line. Okay, before we really get into this, I just want to impress on everybody that there's only two things that you need to write an equation of a line. Okay? First off, let's look at what is the equation of a line. Well, the equation of a line looks like this. Y equals mx plus b. And if we look at this, there's two things that we need. We need to find the slope. Number one, we need to find the slope. Okay? We need to find m. And number two, we need to find the y-intercept, which we call b. Okay? So this is the equation of a line. Every line has this equation or this form. Okay? This is called the slope-intercept form of a line. Okay? And as we progress, you'll learn about the standard form of a line. But this is called the slope-intercept form of a line. Okay? As you can see that this m here represents the slope. And this letter b here represents the y-intercept, where the line is going to cross the y-axis. Okay? Y-intercept. Okay. Now, if we need these two things, and let's look at example 1. Example 1 says this. They say that your slope, they give you the slope, how lucky we are, 2, and they say that our y-intercept, equals 3. Okay, well we're lucky because we have our slope here and we have our intercept. So my m is going to be, my slope is going to be 2 and my y-intercept will be 3. So to write the equation of a line, all I have to do is take this equation, y equals mx plus b, and substitute in for m the 2, because the slope is 2, we have 2x, and my y-intercept is 3. So the answer to this, the equation of a line that has a slope of 2 and a y-intercept of 3, is y equals 2x plus 3. Okay, now, they're going to get a little fancier, okay, and they're going to ask you a different question. Let's look at example 2. Okay, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to do the same thing every time. Okay, example 2 says this. They give us the slope. They say the slope is -4. Okay, so right away I'm going to say the slope is -4. But they don't give me the y-intercept. Instead, they give me the x-intercept. They give me the x-intercept. Okay, what does that mean? Well, the x-intercept means, here's my x-axis. The x-intercept means where the line crosses somewhere on the x-axis. Okay, so this isn't going to be a big problem for us. Because it crosses somewhere on the x-axis does not mean that the y, it's going to cross the same place in the y-axis. So let's look at it. If it crosses, it says the x-intercept is 3. Okay, so it's going to cross, let's just say this is 1, 2, this is 3. So I'm going to go ahead and write my point here. If it crosses at 3, the point to this would be 3, 0. Okay, now since we already have m, we're going to rewrite our equation and we're going to plug in what we have. Y equals -4x plus b. Now we're kind of stumped. What can we do next? Well, if you remember, anytime you have a point, you have an x value and you have a y value. So if you take your x value and you put it in where the x is in the equation, and your y value, and you substitute it where y is, you're going to be able to calculate what b is. So let's just see how that works. My y value here is 0, so I'm going to put a 0, minus 4, and my x value is 3. Okay, so it's going to be 0 equals minus 12 plus b. I add 12 to both sides, and I end up with 12 equals b. So I come up here and put 12 here. Now I have the two things that I need. I have my slope is negative 4, and I have my y-intercept, or b, at 12. Okay? But you can see, that's going to be somewhere up here. So actually the line's going to look something like this. Okay? So now I come back and I fill in y equals mx plus b. And I say my slope is 4, so I filled in y equals negative 4x. And my b is 12. And this is the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Okay? That's all there is to it. I had to first solve for my b. They gave me the slope. Okay? Now, we're going to have another problem. What if instead of them giving us the slope, okay, what if they gave us 2 points? Well, that's no harder than just getting the slope, because we already know the slope formula. Okay, let's refresh that in our mind. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So over here I'm going to write our slope formula. Okay, we write m represents our slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and in this case they give us 2 points. They give us a point here, negative 2, 5, and they give us 4, 8. Okay, we still need to find the two things. We need to find a value for my slope. Okay, I need to find a value for my slope, and I need to find a value for my y-intercept. Those are the two things that I'm looking for. Once I get them, I can write the equation of my line. Okay, well, very first thing we have to know is let's get the slope. Okay, we call this guy x1 and this guy y1. This guy x2 and y2. Now let's go ahead and calculate the slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Minus and minus 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. So my slope is 1/2. Okay, so over in this corner here, I'm going to write, I found my slope. It's 1/2. Okay, great. Now, I have 2 points, you see. And I'm going to rewrite my equation with my slope. And I'm going to have y equals 1/2 x plus b. But now I have to solve for b. I have to solve for my b. Okay, how do we do that? Well, here's what we do. This is the mystery. We take a point, any one of these points, either this point or this point. It's your choice. Let's take this point, 4, 8. So I'm going to come over here and rewrite that point, 4, 8, because that's a point on the line. Now remember, this is my x value, and this is my y value. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these values and plug 8 in for y and 4 in for x, and I'm going to solve for b. Once I solve for b, I'll have my slope in b, and I'll be able to write the equation of a line. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, in this case, I have y is 8 equals 1/2, and my x value is 4 plus b. I'm looking for b. So 1/2 of 4 is 2, so I have 8 equals 2 plus b, and I subtract 2 from both sides. and I end up with b equals 6. So I come over here and I put 6 here. So now I have my slope and I have my y-intercept, which we call b. So the equation of the line is simple now. Y equals, my slope is 1/2 x, and my b is 6. And this is the answer. This is the equation of a line that has 2 points. These 2 points are located on that line. Okay? That's all you have to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all there is to lesson 8.5, determining the equation of a line.